Hi guys, we are at a place called Decathlon here in Florianópolis, and I want to bring you guys along for this because I want to show you something here really important. So one of the biggest frustrations for me in Brazil, and I think I always say one of the biggest, but a frustration that I've had in Brazil is that there's not as many sports stores, there's not as many outdoor stores, there's not as many stores of that nature here in Brazil, at least options for you to choose from. In my personal opinion, based off of, in America we have REI, we have Bass Pro Shop, we have all kinds of different stores in America that have outdoor products and things like that. I have been frustrated by the lack of that here in Brazil. And so the great news is there exists at least Decathlon. There's some other stores, smaller stores as well, but Decathlon is the main one. And so whenever I need some kind of sports, something, camping, any kind of sports, whatever, I always come to Decathlon. So I want to show you guys really quick something here. They have these outdoor tents. Now, it's interesting because Decathlon itself is a European company. I should probably look up exactly where they're from, but they're a European company that actually has good quality products. This jacket that I'm wearing is one of their products. And Decathlon, when you go to Europe and you're gonna go play in the snow and whatever, you can go to Decathlon and get some pretty good, I'll show you these tents here behind me. I'll use that for a thumbnail. Anyway, you can get some pretty good products from Decathlon that are relatively cheap. So their brands are like Quechua, this brand here. The one that I'm using, I think it's called Forclaz. And some of these products are actually relatively good quality for the price in compared to some other North Face, Columbia, these other style of brands here. Now, they do have a lot of things that are limited as well, but it is what it is. So we'll go in here and we'll be able to see the different stuff that's going on here, and we'll let you know. Now, Decathlon is pretty good. They have, quite a variety selection of all your protein shakes, all of those things. And then you also have your whole running section here, so all your gels and things. These are the things that I use for my runs. And they have their own brand here, Decathlon, as well as carry other well-known brands like GU and Dobro here in Brazil. So they have a pretty wide selection of products. They're just not going to have like your North Face, your Columbia, those types of products. So it's important to understand here that when you're coming to a place like this, especially in Brazil, they're not going to have the products that you are used to seeing maybe in America or even in other places. So if you are not accustomed to the products in Brazil, they have these gas canisters. NTK Nautica is one of the most widely known, and this is going to be like your camping section here. So they have all the Decathlon style products. Like everything here is basically Decathlon. Quechua, which is another like Decathlon brand, and they have relatively decent products here for what they are, for the prices that they are, except the quality sometimes is not as good. So you're going to be paying a little bit less. They have your sleeping bags. This actually, Simond, is a higher quality brand as well, and it's a lot more expensive. So for example, this one here is about $250 for this Simond -5 bag, or zero limit bag. Not bad, but it's going to be a heavier bag. You're just limited by a lot of the stuff that you have here. You have your air mattresses, but they're not going to be the same quality as like the what is it called, X-Pads, or some of the other brands that are in America. These pads here are going to be heavier, and they're not going to be as high of quality, unfortunately. But that's just, I'm thankful that we have a store like this, because for a while I didn't have very much options in camping gear and things like that. And so, Europe has a growing, Europe has always got outdoor things, but it's starting to be that influence here in Brazil. So, which is really nice. And they don't have a lot of competition, to be honest with you, here in Brazil, based off of things. I'm gonna try to lower. Can I lower this in post or in? We'll come back here. Just messing with the contrast. So yeah, so these bags relatively pretty good. They even have some ultralight style bags. Here, Easy Fit. Simon is the newer brands that have our hair. MT900 Ultralight. This is to carry up to 20 kilograms, or 10 kilograms, I'm sorry. And I need to adjust this again because now it's a little bit dark. But anyway, I'm actually excited for some of these newer stuff that come here, because I'm used to using some of the ultralight products from America, like Durston bags and things. You know, obviously they don't really have necessarily any ultralight tent gear. Well, these tents are relatively heavy, so for camping, I like to do ultralight camping. But they're starting to get some different things here. I mean, this is very similar to an Osprey pack that I have at the house. Is the 25 liter. My Osprey pack is the 25 liter as well. Almost exactly the same internal frame here. Actually, really done well. And it's 600 reais, so that's going to be cheaper than if you're going to buy an Osprey pack there in America. So not too bad. Great quality products for the most part for the price. You have your hiking sticks here as well. You know, it works out pretty well. All of these things. In fact, these pole tips might actually be good for me for my trip up the mountain here, because I'm gonna need. Maybe those might actually work well for me. But anyway, yeah, they have all kinds of, you know, travel stuff, chairs. You know, different style of chairs, and then, you know, this is all the hiking and backpacking side of things, but then they also have everything else. And so all of the stuff is, you know, their name brand stuff. They have, you know, shoes, hiking boots, they have winter jackets, you know, they have women's, men's, outdoor athletic stuff. Here's the colder weather gear. Now, this is really important and something that I want to mention, because we made this mistake. And when we went to Europe, we were like, oh, well, it'll be cheaper in Europe to buy some clothes. And what we ended up doing was, when we went to Rome, before we went into the colder places like Germany and everything else, we went to a Decathlon there. And if I'm honest with you, the prices were almost the exact same. And we spent a lot of time going through the stores there in Rome, buying these clothes when we could have just bought them here. I mean, look at this. These jackets, similar to the one that I'm wearing. You know, you're gonna pay $50, well, that's like $70, $80, a little bit more expensive now. The dollar's kind of dropped down a bit, but you know, the products here for winter are the same products that they're going to be in Europe, and so it's a good thing you can buy stuff here. And here's another tip for you guys. They got people that often go to Chile and Patagonia and Argentina and Ushuaia, all these places that are cold in the winter. Like right now, they're gonna have snow and everything else. And so people come here to Decathlon, they buy all these clothes, and then they go for, you know, their winter adventures. And so it's a great store. I'm glad that it exists here in Brazil. You know, European products, as I said before, high quality products for the most part. It's not gonna be exactly like your name brand North Face, Columbia, these style products, but it's still great products here, and they're growing in quality every time. So you got all the major sports, at least for here in Brazil. You got tennis, you got soccer, you got, you know, you're not going to see any sports like baseball, of course, but you have basketball, you have everything else that you could possibly need as far as sports in Brazil. You know, even all your frisbees, they even have some fishing, like hunting style gear, but there's not a lot of hunting here in Brazil at all. But they have some of these, you know, camouflage style stuff as well, even things for animals and different stuff like that. So pretty great, like kind of a one-stop shop for most of the things that you're gonna need, and it's cool, man. I'm thankful that this place exists. So I'm here gonna buy some gloves for the Rio do Rastro Marathon, and maybe see if they have like another kind of thin jacket or something, because it's gonna rain, it's gonna be cold. Provision of tempo is like 6, or that weather forecast is like 6 degrees Celsius, so like 40 something Fahrenheit, and rain. So it's gonna be a fun one. So I'm looking for some gloves and some stuff that'll help keep me warm. All right. Oh, and I want to mention lastly here, they have a pretty good running section. So their brand for running is Kip Run. So Kip Run has, you know, gloves. I'll probably end up getting maybe these gloves here. But they have Kip Run gloves, hats, accessories, water bottles, and then they even carry as well some of these other name brand style of clothes as well. So you got jackets and just different things here as well. Work pretty well. Adidas, they got some Adidas clothes, and then obviously running shoes like Olympicus is the Brazil brand. Then they have like Hoka's, they have Mizuno, they have Adidas, Asics, and I don't see any Nike here, but usually have pretty much everything that you need. All right, guys, so anyway, I thought I would bring you along on this just to give you some information of what's available here in Brazil and what's not in regards to outdoor activities and running and things. And so I'm thankful that sports are growing in Brazil in regards to running and in regards to other things, because it gives you more options, right? So there's more equipment, more companies, more things that are coming here, and I have a desire even to see more camping stuff as well, and we'll see. All right, well guys, as always, let me know in the comments what you think. If you would shop at this place, if you've been to a Decathlon, or if you think that it's not as good as some other place, let me know and we will interact about that in the comments. All right, guys, thanks for watching as always, and until next time, we'll see you later.